Hello and welcome to Mint Meltdown. We're so excited to bring this project to you. Wanzi and I are very passionate about teaching everyone that's coming new to this space. And so each week we will bring you a new disaster, a meltdown that happened with the minting of each of these new projects. It could be a rug pull, it could be some drama.
Like something happened and someone's scheming somebody and I'm just confused.
What's up? You look great. And that
Hey,
shit
what's
in the
going on,
background
man?
is fire.
So yeah, check that out. That's all you. So it's funny because my wife did a lot of green screen teaching during the pandemic. So I was like, where is all that stuff? I want to try it out. So there I am, green screen. Your artwork's right here. So
that's awesome.
Boom, that's talent.
That's better than my background. I was actually looking at, like, there's a pile of clothes in the corner. I was like, shit, should I go pick that up real quick? So it's not distracting anybody.
I definitely try to hide my dirty laundry. Main reason why we have a green screen today.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay, so we are welcoming to our show our first guest ever on Mint Meltdown. And we're calling this segment Teach a Grandma About NFTs. Or something like that, right, Wanzi? Something. You're the namer. You're the one that names.
I said LIvesplaning to grandma. We're going to be explaining to her exactly what an NFT is.
LIvesplaning to grandma. So we're going to welcome grandma, and for our grandma, we searched far and wide for the best grandma to bring onto the show, and so we have none other than my mother is coming on the show, and so. Before we even start explaining, Mom, can you tell us everything you know about NFTs?
Well, this isn't going to be fair, but someone we both know tried to explain it to me, and it just sounded like a lot of blah, blah.
Okay.
I don't know much.
All right, very good. Somebody we both know explained it to you, and it sounded like a lot of blah, blah. So that's where we're starting from. Okay.
Yeah.
And we're okay with that. So
that's quite the bar. So that's perfect.
Exactly.
Pretty low.
So let's get started. Wanzi's the brains of this group. So what we could do is we'll start explaining. You can ask as many questions as you want, and then we'll quiz you at the end.
Oh boy.
All right, so question number 1. Do you know what an NFT stands for?
No.
Perfect. So I'll explain to you. An NFT stands for a non-fungible token. Got it?
Non-what? Punchable?
This is going to be fun. It's okay. We're just going to get you to buy a couple of them. You're going to invest in some amazing projects, and we're going to make it happen for you.
And you're going to make so much money.
It's insane. All right. So do you know what a Picasso is?
Yes.
All right.
Picasso,
perfect.
Yes.
So let's start there, right? So when you have a Picasso, you have a certificate of authenticity where people go, okay, this is a real thing, right?
Right. Yes.
So now in the NFT world, we have something like a picture where people will buy and sell and trade. And because of new technology today, you're able to find out and see the original one. So you can authenticate that original file because it's a file in the internet, and you could be the owner of the original file. So that's where the NFT business kind of begins, because now that, let's say if I'm a famous artist and I have a song and I upload it into the NFT, into the blockchain, now that's the original file, and I could sell that file and someone else can own the rights to my song and own that IP, the IP of the song, which is the intellectual property, which is the most valuable part of anything out there, like which is non-fungible. For example, songs, paintings. What else is non-fungible out there?
Well, so another way to explain it is to tell you what is fungible. So I could tell you what is fungible, and then non-fungible is the opposite, right? So a good example of what's fungible is cash. So if you have a dollar bill, Mom, are you with us so far?
Yes, I got it.
Okay. So if you have a dollar bill and I have a dollar bill, and I say, I'll trade you my dollar for your dollar, you don't care, right? Let's assume they're exact. Yeah, they look the same. Right. if I go into the store with my dollar bill and you go into the store with your dollar bill, we buy the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
So one thing is as good as the other because the dollar just represents something else. That's called fungible. That's an example of something being fungible. It is tradable, exchangeable. It's the same thing. So non-fungible is the opposite. So that's an example of the fungible part. Non-fungible then is something that is not replaceable. Not, it's unique.
Okay, got it.
Okay. All right, Wanzi, she got fungible.
All right. So now the next part is going to be the blockchain.
The what?
A blockchain.
Blockchain.
Block, like Jenny from the block. Blockchain.
Oh,
Block-
okay.
Yes.
Blockchain. Yeah.
Got
So
it.
this is the new technology. It's a system of recording information, right? So this is where you record the NFT into the blockchain, which is through a process called minting. And once you mint it or place this NFT into a blockchain, someone will buy it for maybe $500, $1,000, $30,000. It is very common to buy something for $50,000. I think Lenny bought 2 of those, 50 each, I believe.
Yep. That's my weekend money. That's no big deal.
I see. Well, it'd be a big deal to me. What makes it worth $50,000 though?
Oh, good question. What makes it worth $50,000? Okay, so a good example of what makes it worth $50,000. Who's your favorite singer in the world?
Michael Bublé.
Michael Bublé, perfect. Voice like an angel, right? Well, let's say you have a ticket to a Michael Bublé concert, and that ticket, well, first of all, right, the paper that ticket's printed on probably cost what, a penny. The fact that that's a ticket to a Michael Bublé concert might make it worth, I don't know, a couple $100 if the concert hasn't happened yet, right? If the concert has happened, it's probably not worth as much. But what if Michael Bublé autographed that ticket and says, "To Julie with love, Michael Bublé"? Now, how much is that ticket worth? So the difference in the value, I mean, this is a trite answer. I kind of hate when people say this, but it's true. The difference in the value is based on what someone would pay for it. So it's for instance, in this world, this NFT world, there are projects, some of the famous ones, there's one called the Bored Ape Club, which is literally, it looks like it's pictures of these apes. So by themselves, it's a picture. But they're now selling for millions of dollars because recently over Christmas, Eminem, Britney Spears, Meek Mills, so famous people bought them. That instantly makes everyone else to be a part of this club. So it's a little bit of a social token. It's kind of,
it's a status symbol.
Yeah, for sure. It's a status symbol for sure.
So that's one of the biggest things in today's, or the beginning of what the NFT world is, right? Everybody's flexing what they have, whether they own an NFT with it's the ape monkeys, or there's another one that's called the punks, right? Yeah. So that is kind of like where it begins, but where it's evolving to is now you have NFTs that have utilities. For example, there's a rapper that's selling his song as an NFT, and he's sharing 50% of the profits with whoever buys this NFT from that one song. So every time that song streams and every time he gets paid, you get a percentage for life.
Right.
Wow.
Which is right. Exactly. It's incredible. So think of Michael Bublé. If he mints one of his songs and you buy it, then you get half of the money every single time that song is played. It's incredible. How much is that worth? Right. So that in the terms we use to talk about it, that what Wanzi is referring to, we call it utility. So that token that you paid money for, whether it be this, this thing that's a status symbol because of what it represents or who it represents, or the fact that it has this utility that can pay you lots of money into the future. Those are both reasons that someone would spend millions of dollars on an NFT.
Oh.
We are sponsored today by Wicked Games and their first project, More Poo. It is an NFT project in spring of 22. I believe they're looking to mint in March. Full disclosure, I am a part of this project, so I do have an interest in this, which is why we got them to be a sponsor. So about a little bit about More Poo. They are a project that first of their kind that is using NFTs to bring card games, real life card games into the market. So with each mint, you also get a real life card game sent to your home. I'm really excited as a family card game player. The card game is kind of silly. It's a game where you are stacking different little poo emojis and trying to beat the rest of your family. So it's a really, really cool project. I'm super excited about it. And I'm excited that they're sponsoring our new show. Wanzi, you guys play any card games over at the Wanzi house?
All of them. My favorite one is Monopoly Deal. Ever played Monopoly Deal?
I've never played Monopoly Deal.
Oh boy, you have to play Monopoly Deal. It's my favorite. It's not like Monopoly. It's quick. It takes 20, maybe 15 minutes a game. So it's fun, and you beat the poo out of everybody else there.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Love it. So yeah, special thanks to our friends at Wicked Games. That is wickedgames.io. And that link will take you to the More Poo project, to the Discord, all that stuff. They're minting in March, so there's time to get in and learn about them.
Yeah, guys, go out there, check them out. It's a fun project, and I'm definitely on the lookout for that one.
Wanzi's whitelisting, right? Whitelisting.
That's it. Woo-hoo. Let me in. Are you ready to invest?
Because we have a deal for you.
What is that deal?
Beautiful deal. Well, we first have to get you on something that is called the whitelist for you to be part of this deal. All right.
Yep. Whitelist. So in the world. All right. So these are projects, right? You know what a project is. You worked on projects in your career.
Millions of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So our projects that we invest in, these NFTs, are part of projects. And every project offers an early buy. So let's say our project is, let's go back to Michael Bublé. You have a chance to buy an NFT that represents a share of a song in Michael Bublé's upcoming album. Okay. And if you hurry fast, you can get on the whitelist. And that means that you get to order your copy before anyone else, and even possibly at a discount. That's a whitelist.
Oh, okay.
So far, based on what we've told you, what do you think about this NFT space, and how are you, in a scale of 1 to 10, willing to get in?
Well, I'd have to understand how much I have to invest to be able to get in, but I trust Lenny, so I would listen to his advice.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's perfect. And we're actually in the middle of giving you the advice, so we want to know, what did you hear us say to you?
Yeah.
So we want to mirror right now. Did we do our job? Did we tell you a little bit of what an NFT is, and does it make sense for you?
Yes, it made sense because of the song thing.
Okay,
files and pictures didn't make much sense to me when somebody else told me. But
okay, all right. So here, let's play a game. Okay. So your one of your grandkids needs you for the school project. They need Grammy to sell one NFT to a stranger so that their school gets to have lunch for next year. So how do you sell this NFT to a stranger that's never heard of it?
Oh, see, that's something I don't like to do, be trying to tell somebody to buy something.
All right, what is an NFT?
It's a fungible thing. A
It's
file.
fungible.
It's
Yeah,
perfect.
isn't it fungible? Isn't that what you said?
No, it's
And
Non-fungible.
it's on a
fun,
blockchain.
non-fungible.
Yep.
Non-fungible. So it's not like a dollar for a dollar. It's something that could grow in value, like a painting.
Yes,
Only
exactly.
it's electronic, right?
It's a file in the internet.
Yep.
A file on the internet. So
It could
to me, it's like
also,
digital thing.
yeah, it could also not grow in value. So we call that diminished returns. But that's something a lot of folks don't want to talk about, and that's part of what Mint Meltdown will be exposing, is the fact that a lot of people will buy early. You know, this insane deal. You buy, you spend all your money, and then you're planning on getting this Michael Bublé deal for the rest of your life, right? And suddenly every single person that was selling it to you disappears and you never hear from them again. That's called a rug pull. And that unfortunately happens out there. And so what we're doing is exposing that and making sure that people don't fall victim to those kind of things.
Yeah, that's something I wouldn't like. But I would never invest more than I would be willing to lose.
That is the smartest.
Personally.
Yeah,
Smart.
that is the smartest shit. We always say that. That is where you start from. Never. It's like going to the casino. Do not bring more money. Don't bring your lunch money because you're going to need that.
Right. I'll bring my $30 to the casino, see what I could get.
There you go. Now, I don't know of a lot of NFTs you can get for $30, but you can get into them for $100 or $200. So they're not unreasonable. And maybe there are cheaper ones, but we don't want to get too deep into the complexity of that. One more thing I do want to get into, though, Wanzi, if you care to try to explain this to Grammy, the blockchain. What is the blockchain?
So the blockchain, like we were saying, is basically a network that is decentralized, and we are just think of it as a vault with a million little safety deposit boxes in there, right? Okay. And everybody has their own safety deposit box where they keep their goods. Unlike a safety deposit box in the real world, everybody can see what is in your wallet. So if people can find or know your wallet address, they could actually see what's in it, but they can't take anything out unless you connect to them and you transfer it through the network. So that is one of the biggest and most important things of the blockchain. It's decentralized, right? So nobody owns the vault, and it's very transparent. So you're always able to see who owns what. If this is the real NFT that was minted from the beginning with the right address, and it keeps everybody accountable of where things are forever. So the difference with that is, for example, in today's world, the people that really own the information are the social media companies, or the people that can actually transfer funds between people are the banks. So there's always going to be somebody in the middle. Blockchain is it takes the middleman out and allows you to transact with people directly. The danger part about that is there's no insurance and people can just steal your information. Or steal your money from your wallet, because there's plenty of hackers out there. And Lenny and I have been through something like that, where we've met our doom, I guess. One evening we met our doom, and we fell through these links that people send out, and they can steal us stuff. So that's what's part of the show, where we could actually show people these experiences, not just with us, but with other people in the future, that will allow people to see the red flags when they're entering the space and when they're learning about NFTs.
Okay, good.
Right. And so that analogy, Wanzi, is perfect. So another way to think of it, an NFT on the blockchain, exactly that. It's a bank. It's a safety deposit box on this blockchain. And so if someone comes up to you and says, "Can I have the key to your safety deposit box?" You say,
"No."
No, right? You say no. And
no.
No one should ever ask you for your keys. ever. And they're called secret passphrases or secret phrases, or they call them different things depending on what kind of safety deposit box you have, which in this world we call them wallets, but that's a really good analogy. If someone asks you, you say no. If someone says, link your wallet to my website, you should be cautious, right? You're asking someone wants access to your vault. You should be really careful. Now, in some cases, you want to give them that. If you're going to buy something, you have to take money out of your vault, your wallet, and give it to a place like a marketplace where you're buying your NFT. That's safe because that's how you have to do your transaction. But if it's a bad actor, a bad person, someone trying to steal your stuff, if you connect your wallet to a bad site, they can go in and take everything out. And that happens.
That happens a lot. And to go into that right now is what happens is we as NFT newbies, or we enter communities in this other space. It's called a Discord, right? So this is where a lot of newbies have to be careful, because you will, as soon as you enter a new chat room or a new Discord, you start getting private messages, direct messages, DMs, where people will invite you to mint a project or invite you to join a Discord. And sometimes these links can bring you to websites that look very legit, and you think you're about to buy or get a really good deal on a project that you thought already minted or is going to mint. And you end up linking your wallet to a bad website and they steal your NFTs, right? So this is the part where you got to be careful, because you got to make sure you have been following the project. You got to make sure you have been following the right links in their Discord, right? Or their Twitter. Usually Twitters are very hard to hack, so they have the right links in their Twitter bios. And that's where you really have to go to the right places. You can't just go anywhere to any bank and think that this is the bank that's going to really do your transaction for you, right? So that's one big thing that you guys have to be careful out there when you're following a project. Make sure you follow the links that they give you. Make sure you follow the Twitter links that they have, and really explore that project as much as you can, because it could be, like Lenny said, and we said earlier, rug pulls. There's people and bad actors out there that go ahead and create an entire marketing campaign and bring a couple of thousand people into the project. And as soon as they mint, they disappear.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And stealing from grannies is not cool.
It's not. I agree.
All right. Final test, Mom. We're going to let you go. Final test. You're doing really well. By the way, you're doing really well. You're an example to an entire generation. So you're doing some groundbreaking stuff here. Here's the final question for $1 million. What is the blockchain?
Oh boy, that's the one he just explained about having your little security box on the chain of people, and you don't ever want to let people into it. I got it.
And yes,
it's like in the bank when you used to have a box in the bank, but they don't really have those anymore,
Right. And
wow.
No, I don't think so.
So and it's visible to all, right? That's an important part of why this is good technology, is the transparency. That is a very important part. So
my if I have a box on that chain, you're saying everybody knows I have a box?
Well, it doesn't say your name. I'm not going to give your name out here on our podcast. It doesn't say your name. It's a list of numbers. It's an address.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes.
But what can happen is, if you're scammed and someone steals from you, you can see the address that it went to. You can't get it back. It's gone, but you can see it. And if you're someone that's doing a lot of bad stuff, everyone can see it. They can see that your address took all these NFTs from other people, and there's ways to freeze that and shut it down. So it's an important part of transparency and the process, that it's immutable too. So that's another part that I don't want to get into it too much, but if you have your Michael Bublé soundtrack in your vault, no one can hack it and get in there and take it out without you giving them access. No one can change that data. No one can mess with it, because every single person can see the vault. everyone. So, imagine this bank vault with your safety deposit box in there, and some stranger walks up and tries to open it. Every single person on the planet is watching them, so they can't do it. Like, they're blocked.
Oh.
Unless they say,
okay.
well, Grammy gave me the keys, so I'm covered. I can go in here and take this stuff. So don't give the keys.
Okay. All right.
Hey,
so Grandma, can I have your keys?
No keys.
Oh man, you're good at this.
You got it.
I'm very leery of things.
Good. That's the best way to do, because there's this thing called FOMO in our world that makes people jump before they even look where they're going.
100%.
Yeah.
Super dangerous.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in. We really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much,
okay.
Grandma.
And Grandma, I love you.
I love you too.
And Grandma, Lenny loves you. I have to support that. And I think I love you too. We just met.
Okay, good.
Love at
one
first
more
Zoom.
is never an issue for me.
All right, we'll let you go. You can hang up.
You guys that are just getting to know us, stay tuned. And we're going to have more surprises. And just to give you one surprise is we're going to have a hacker who's going to really show us the ins and outs of that side of the industry. So he's going to give us red flags. He's going to give us warnings. He's going to tell us what people are doing to try and hack your wallet. And hopefully this will teach you how to avoid the scams. So if you have any questions for the hacker, make sure you reach to us. You send us an email. We'll make sure to ask him on our show. This way we get you answers.
Good. All right. I guess that's it. Yeah.
I think that's it. We'll see you guys next time on our next episode. And it'll be a little more fun because we're going to have, actually, this was fun. This
was really fun.
This was a lot of fun. But we're going to have some really good shows. So stay tuned.
And we got to do the outro because I think we're going to get better.
Okay. What's the outro?
I don't know. Something about Mint Meltdown.
All right, guys. So go out, mint, but don't melt down.
Yeah. I love it.